Greetings, friends. I'm AK.
And I'm Laura.
And we are
the Chainsaw Girls. On today's episode, we are covering 2001's 13 Ghosts.
I love this movie. I saw it as a kid, probably in 2001, but I don't think I've seen it again since.
Same. I saw it in 2001. I was 14. I think I watched it at a boy's house.
Oh, in 2001? Scandalous.
Oh my God. No, it was nothing like that. We were just friends. But I specifically remember not watching it at my house.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember where I watched this one because this was still around the time where I wasn't allowed to watch R-rated movies.
Right.
So I don't know where I slipped that in, but I did see it. I was obsessed with it, but I remember wanting so badly to learn more about the ghosts.
Yeah.
I wanted to know the backstory of every single ghost. And I'm happy to report to you that we have the backstory to every single ghost today.
We certainly do. We certainly do. Yeah, I remember seeing this movie and enjoying it at the time. It is loosely based off of 13 Ghosts from 1960, which
Yes.
I did watch.
I love that.
Very different movie.
Yeah.
Very different movie. I actually really loved the 1960s one. It's charming.
Yeah, they took elements from it.
Yes, names, but really not a lot. It's definitely more of like a family sort of drama in the original.
And
kind of.
I know that this was produced by Robert Zemeckis, Joel Silver, and Gilbert Adler, and they were huge fans of William Castle. So they wanted to do a little homage to him.
Right.
So I found that very interesting. I love that they were huge fans and like. Okay, so Dark Castle Productions is one of the production companies for this movie, in addition to Warner Brothers and Columbia Pictures. Dark Castle was started in 98 by these three producers.
Oh, that's cool.
So they're such fans that they even named the production company after him.
That's cool.
So that added an extra special element to me.
I love that. That's great. Yeah, if you haven't seen the original 13 Ghosts, definitely go back and watch it. It's a fun watch. I really enjoyed it, and I love black and white movies, and I love old movies. Like, they're just really comforting to me. So definitely check it out. Yeah, I love old movies.
So this one, the 2001 version, does have a really big cast.
A huge cast, and it had a massive budget.
What was it?
$42 million.
Whoa!
And it grossed $68.5 million.
Okay. I don't look into the budget and things like that because I know that Laura will. So I like to be surprised. I try not to see it anyway. I'm like shielding myself from that information. But we have Matthew Lillard in this movie as Dennis.
Who's on my shirt. And on my shirt, it says liver alone, because that's what he says in Scream. He makes the joke, the very tasteless joke, and everyone at the group is like, that's not funny. And he's like, liver, get it? Anyway, that's
everyone's
what's on my
like,
shirt.
We have Tony Shalhoub as Arthur, Shannon Elizabeth. I fucking love Shannon Elizabeth so much, as Kathy, Arthur's daughter. Alec Roberts as Bobby, Arthur's son. We have, I don't know if you recognized her, Embeth Davidtz as Kalina, Miss Honey in Matilda.
Whoa. Oh my. No, I did not.
Yeah. So exciting. Rod Digga as Maggie. And we have F. Murray Abram as Cyrus. Just to name a few.
I love it. It's a great cast. Great cast. It was directed by Steve Beck, who also directed Ghost Ship. It was written by Neil Marshall Stevens and Richard D. Oviedo. And this is based on the original 13 Ghosts, which came out in 1960 by Rob White. And you can watch the OG on Tubi or Plex.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't mention where you can watch this one. And that's because I couldn't find it streaming anywhere. I actually have the Blu-ray.
I own the movie as well, so I was able to watch it. But yeah, I couldn't find it streaming anywhere.
Hell yeah.
Unless you wanted to pay for it.
Did you read the IMDb already?
No, but why don't I go ahead and do that? Yes.
I even wrote it down in my notes.
When Cyrus, a very rich collector of unique things, dies, he leaves his house, fortune, and his prized collection of ghosts.
Just so you know.
Not toys, ghosts.
Yeah, and he definitely does not tell them that ahead of time.
No, definitely not.
So one of the qualms that I know some people have with this movie when they have only watched the 2001 version is the concept of the glasses they use in the movie to see the ghosts.
But they did that in the OG.
Exactly.
And but the ones in the OG are like these, they're really funny looking. Like they're these kind of like big binocular looking things. Whereas in this one, they look kind of almost like sleek medical goggle. Oh my goodness.
Meta goggles. I like it.
Yeah, let's go with that. Goggles.
Yes. And also at the time of the original, gimmicks were very huge, especially with like B-movie matinees, things like that. And so they were using what they called Illusiono ghost glasses. They would basically hand out 3D glasses to the audience. So they would put them on to see the ghost if they were brave enough. I love a gimmick. I mean, come on, as pro wrestlers, we love a good gimmick.
No, we love a gimmick. I know. And you know, it's so funny. I looked up the same thing because I was like, why are they using like, I feel like this movie is just very, very early 2000s.
Oh, yeah.
It just, everything about it screams early 2000s
Yeah,
to
it's
me.
the vibe for sure.
Yes, throughout the whole thing. And even the way that the glasses are designed.
Yeah.
It's very early. I don't know. Everything.
Yeah. But I really do enjoy that that they incorporated that into this 2001 movie.
Yeah.
And tried to modernize it.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, of course. Yep.
So should we get into the movie?
I think we should just hop right in.
When you watch this back, look at my face when I said that. It was weird. Don't know why I made that face. Okay. So we start off this movie with the camera winding through this junkyard / graveyard. Okay. And a semi truck busts through the gate to get in with 2 cars following behind. So this old timey car pulls up behind all of this. Okay. And we meet Cyrus and Dennis.
And Cyrus is driving a 1932 Rolls Royce.
I love that you looked that up. Cyrus being F. Murray Abram, Dennis being Matthew Lillard.
And he's referred to as Rafkin.
Yeah, that's his last name.
It's
Dennis
his last
Rafkin.
name. Yes. But I didn't catch that his name was Dennis until halfway through the movie because they keep calling him Rafkin.
It's so funny because I wrote down Dennis the entire time.
Did you look up the name? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
I already knew all their names. You already knew.
I already knew them all. I knew them all.
But I told you before that sometimes messes me up with my notes.
No, me too.
If I look up the cast beforehand, they don't say that in the movie. Sometimes it confuses me, but I think they do eventually call him Dennis.
Yeah.
Either way, his name is Dennis Rafkin, okay? So Cyrus asked Dennis, was it bad tonight? And Dennis is like, it feels like he's breathing down my neck, man. And then he says, in my professional opinion, we should get the hell out of here now. So you don't know what they're talking about yet. Like who was breathing down your neck? What was bad?
And also Dennis is wearing glasses. And I said it kind of looks like a science project, but like a modern science project.
Yes, it looks like he got some glasses
like he stole
to
the glasses from the school or something.
It looked like he's gonna sandpaper drywall or something and bought something over at Lowe's.
No, you're totally right. Yeah. And I put, maybe he's a ghost hunter? Question mark.
Maybe. So Dennis is about to pop some meds. Okay. He's like, he needs to take the edge off. And Cyrus knocks them out of his hand and is like, I need you clear headed.
And then it's like a weird slow-mo shot of the pills falling. Again, very early 2000s.
Yeah. And so he forces Dennis to touch an object of the ground and to see something, quote unquote, see something. And so Dennis is freaking out because he does feel or see something when he touches. And he says, he only killed 9 people. There are like 40 bodies here.
Because he's kind of seeing flashes of what sort of looks like a crime scene, but
Right.
it's very quick. Like you can't really piece together, but there definitely looks like some type of crime scene.
Right. And Cyrus tells him it was 9 when he was alive. He's added a few more since then. Like, wait, what?
Can I also say, like, Matthew Lillard is one of my favorites ever. He is so committed in everything he does.
He really is.
Like, he is over the top in this, but it's perfect.
Yeah.
Like, he's perfectly Dennis Rafkin.
Yep. And so also he's wearing like an old Bluetooth or something in his ear. It looked like an old Bluetooth. I was like, oh yeah, I remember those.
Oh yeah. Do you remember the commercial? The old lady's walking down the street talking to herself and they're like, it like appears like she's talking to herself, but then she turns and she's got a Bluetooth piece in. Do you remember that?
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
But so Dennis touches Cyrus because Cyrus basically says like, there's more money in this for you type of thing. Dennis touches Cyrus and he sees like a flash of a casino, like just stacks of money. It's so, like you said, it feels so early 2000s.
Yeah.
But it's like so on the nose. Like, oh, okay, you do have money.
Oh, okay. Confirmation.
Yeah.
He's balling. And then Damon and Kalina show up. And these are we'll get to know them a little bit later on, but right now we just know them as these 2 randoms that show up and they're warning Cyrus to back off from whatever it is that he's doing. They carry quick silver flares. Okay. And we're discovering here that Cyrus captures ghosts and Rafkin helps him do that in exchange for money.
Right. And Kalina and Damon are trying to stop that. And Kalina says, who are you to play God? this is slavery. So we're starting to piece together what's happening here.
Exactly. And Damon tells Cyrus he'll never pull it off without the 13th ghost, which catches Rafkin off guard here, okay? Cyrus seems to be in some sort of a rush, right? He's kind of rushing him. And Rafkin is very unhappy with this 13th ghost situation. We also kind of figure out that he is clairvoyant or psychic, or he has like a connection to these spirits, right? And then Cyrus tells them to release the bait.
Yeah, he also says move the cube into position. And so Dennis is also like, you said tonight that it's the 12th ghost and you said it's the last one. And Cyrus is like, no time, release the bait.
Yep. And a transport truck starts spraying blood, like high-powered spraying blood. And then they power up a cube.
It's like Jaws, but for ghosts.
Yes, exactly.
And Dennis even says, we never needed bait before. So obviously something else is going on that even Dennis is unaware of.
Yes, absolutely. And so I'm just going to describe the cube for you. The cube, it's like a large, clear glass or like very, very thick plastic box, essentially.
Yeah, I'd say probably glass.
Glass, yeah, like very thick glass, like bulletproof glass or something.
Yep. And Cyrus puts on these glasses and pulls a lever, which opens the cube. And then he starts playing a tape out loud, which is reciting something. And I'm going to assume it's probably Latin.
That's what I wrote. It's Latin. Yeah.
It's always Latin, right?
And then the Juggernaut appears. And his real name is Horace Breaker Mahoney.
Yeah, he's over 7 feet tall. He appears with a bunch of bullet holes all in his body because that's how he met his demise when he was gunned down by a bunch of police. We'll get more into the whole background of all these ghosts in the extended. But just to give you a little breakdown.
Yes, he's also a serial killer.
Yes. Horrible person.
Not a good guy, no. And bodies are being launched into the air, okay? So like the SWAT team, I don't know if they're actual SWAT team, but
that's what they look like.
Yeah, they're getting launched, they're getting killed. One guy is bent all the way backwards and pulled into the trunk of a car.
Yes.
The Juggernaut appears and throws a car on top of another guy. Rafkin is running. The rest of the crew is trying to run, but they're getting fucked up left and right, okay?
Yeah.
One guy runs headfirst into the cube with the ghost.
Yeah.
Okay, with Juggernaut. And Juggernaut is throwing him around the booth, like just ragdolling him, kills him, right? Rafkin cries out for the Juggernaut to stop because he's watching with the glasses on. So he can see the Juggernaut as this is all going down. But for us, it's like it almost seems invisible.
Yeah, and it also felt like Cyrus was using his own men as bait too. It wasn't just the blood.
1,000,000%. Yes, absolutely.
Kalina is screaming because Damon has been killed.
Yeah, he's like dying next to her.
Yeah, and then we also see Cyrus has been impaled. It looks like impaled by car parts and maybe like a throat cut.
Yes, and Rafkin seems very disturbed by everything that's going on, but also probably not the greatest person you've ever met.
No. And so we cut to Arthur here.
Yes, this looks like a very happy family.
Yeah, it's Arthur, his wife Jean, and their children Kathy and Bobby. This feels like a flashback.
For sure, because we hear like a voiceover of everyone wishing Dad a happy birthday, when all of a sudden we hear a fire alarm and sirens. People are crying. They can't find Jean. We then hear the flat line.
Yeah, it's very dramatic as the camera's basically panning around the living room.
And then Mom is deadzo.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're getting the story that there was a house fire. They were all a happy family until Jean, the mother, passed away.
Exactly. And Arthur is seen sitting, staring out the window, just looking very depresso. Bobby is reading the news, like a little newspaper into a tape recorder because he's a little aspiring journalist, which I thought was so super cute.
Oh my gosh. He's like, cancer rates are down, but suicide rates are sky high. I was like, what the fuck?
And he says it in like such a chipper voice.
Yeah.
He tells his dad they found a guy without a head behind Dunkin' Donuts. Okay.
I
love Bobby.
I do too, but I'm like, this poor kid, he's already like...
he's got some trauma?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're also introduced to Maggie, who we find out is like the babysitter.
Yeah, she's a nanny.
Yeah.
Kathy seems to be taking on a maternal role here.
For sure.
Right? I forget if she's either cooking or she's cleaning.
I can't remember like if they mention how old Kathy is, but I would say she's probably 17.
I feel like she's supposed to be a teenager, but I think Shannon Elizabeth was like in her 20s.
She looks 25 to me.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think she was supposed to be like 17.
Yeah, I think so too. So we also now see a man kind of like walking down an apartment building hallway. So I would venture a guess that they live in a small apartment, right?
Yeah.
And this guy, he's like, you know, in a suit. He's got a little like briefcase and he's walking towards the door. And we're kind of cutting a little bit here. Bobby calls his sister a slut, which I was like, whoa.
He says something like, well, just don't be a slut about it. And it didn't fit the context.
No, I know, exactly. But it also does seem like they have a good relationship.
Yeah, Maggie does correct him on that. She's like, don't call your sister a slut. And then she's like, I prefer the term bitch. And they're all kind of laughing.
Right.
I also thought it was funny here because it felt so real. They're all laughing. And then Arthur's like, ah, ha, ha. And then he like kicks Bobby's scooter that's left on the ground and he just loses his shit.
He gets so mad.
I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. This is a man grieving the loss of his wife.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's the equivalent of like getting your clothes stuck on the doorknob, though I would say kicking a scooter is probably way worse.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. And then we cut back to Mystery Man. He's walking down the hallway. He knocks on the door, and we are introduced to attorney Ben Moss.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I wanted to point out, in the original 13 Ghosts, the daughter falls in love with the attorney for the estate of, I'm could be wrong, but I feel like in the OG, the guy's name was Cyrus as well. I thought that was interesting that they included the attorney in it, but he's not the heel that he is in the OG.
Not quite, but he does come to play a video for Arthur of his late uncle who passed away, and that is Cyrus.
Yes.
There's the connection.
Yep.
And so this is a distant uncle. Kathy and Bobby didn't even really seem to know about him at all.
No.
And Arthur's like, oh yeah, that uncle, I heard he squandered the family fortune.
Right.
Which I would be like, wait, we had a family fortune and you never told me about this?
Hello.
And so Cyrus instructs the lawyer to hand Arthur a key. He's telling him the lore, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And he's handing him a key to their new home. They're inheriting this home.
Yes. They're the sole beneficiaries of Cyrus's estate.
The video is showing them pictures of the house and stuff. And Kathy's like, everyone gets their own bathrooms. Like, that's what she's really excited about. And I'd
be pumped too.
As a child who grew up in a house of 5 people with 1 bathroom, I fucking get it.
Same. Absolutely. Yeah. Totally get it. Yeah.
And they also didn't know Cyrus, so they're all just pretty excited about this. They're not mourning, right?
No.
And Bobby is like, he says to the lawyer, he's like, my mom got burned to death in a fire. I'm like, Bobby's
gonna be a good journalist though.
But please get this kid into therapy.
No, for real.
Maybe he is. I don't know. Maybe he's already there. I don't know. Maybe he's working on it.
My notes say I like this kid. He's very direct.
Yeah.
So the house is in Willow Grove. It's a very private, no neighbors for miles. And it feels like a new beginning for most of them.
Yeah.
Right? I did say, though, that this attorney seems very suspicious.
He seems like comically heel.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, like that kind of.
Yeah, for sure. He, in the original, the guy comes across to me like so smooth and slimy, you know?
So now they're on the way to this new house. They're not wasting any time. They're like, let's get there. And so we cut to someone packing a bag of what looks like explosives with Cyrus's obituary in the background.
It's Kalina.
Yes. It is Kalina. She is on her way. We'll see her in a minute.
She is surrounded by a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like she rents out part of a factory or something.
Yeah.
And has turned it into her little lair.
A lair. That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the family gets to the house, the new house, at night. And it's this multi-story house with glass walls. It's completely made of glass. And all the glass has writing on it.
Yeah.
There's also a man in an orange jumpsuit and construction hat snooping around the building. This is Dennis.
Oh, Dennis, what are you doing, buddy?
He's pretending that there's a power issue affecting the whole neighborhood and that he needs to get inside to address it. How convenient.
Yes, very.
Kathy is pumped to move in. Okay, she's like exploring.
Oh, dude, she is so excited. When she finds her room, she's like, "Oh my god!" Like, to be fair, it is a very cool house. However, it couldn't be me.
Same.
Yeah.
Okay. No. So meanwhile, this locking mechanism to unlock the door looked so insane. My first thought would be like, I'm not dealing with this.
When I first started looking at it, I'm like, oh, it's like a clock.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah,
like
you can
gears.
see the gears through the walls.
And even Kathy says, like, well, I hope the bathrooms don't have windows or something like that.
Because she says, I hope the bathroom's in the basement.
In the basement, because the whole house is glass.
Yeah, even Arthur remarks on how Cyrus must not have been keen on privacy.
Yeah, I guess.
I would be excited to inherit it. I would not be living there.
I wouldn't live there.
Nah. Unless I just didn't have a place to live, I guess. But anyway.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Well,
Sure.
Think about that tiny ass apartment they're living in.
Yeah.
I might say, you know what? I'll fucking live in the glass house.
You know what?
They don't have any neighbors.
It's a good point. I mean, if it's big enough that they can be far away from each other, maybe. I don't know. It looks like a museum inside.
Yeah, no, it does for sure.
So a museum / funhouse, because walls are moving around as they go to different rooms, right? Things are moving. There are artifacts laid all around. The lawyer mentioned something to Arthur about how, yeah, your uncle liked to collect things. Very nefarious.
Things. Yeah.
And so meanwhile, Dennis is like, Cyrus, you crazy son of a bitch, because he's in the house, right? What did you do? So he's starting to piece together why he was collecting these ghosts for Cyrus.
Mm-hmm.
Maggie, she's like, by the way, Miss Maggie does not do windows, just so you know.
I honestly love Maggie so much. She's great. I really love her relationship with Bobby.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's really cute.
Mm-hmm. And her relationship with Dennis later in the film. I love their dynamic.
Yeah. So Arthur goes with the lawyer and tells Kathy, Bobby, and Maggie, stay right here. I mean it. And then, of course, the second he leaves, they go running to explore.
I get it. I would.
Why
too.
wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Dennis has gone into the basement at this point where he finds a hallway with what looks like a bunch of different cells or cubes, like we saw in the beginning of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to cut around to these 3 different scenes, by the way.
Yeah.
Because when the lawyer tells Arthur, yeah, your uncle was a collector, with his little smirk, his little nefarious smirk, Arthur gets realistic and is like, look, this place is great, but I can't even imagine what the taxes would be. I'm like, okay, yes, add some realism to this situation. And the lawyer is like, no, you're good. Your uncle took care of everything. How convenient.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis down in the basement puts on a pair of those glasses from earlier and he starts kind of hunching over in pain.
Yep.
Like he was in the junkyard.
Yeah, he's feeling something.
Mm-hmm. And when he stands up, he's surrounded by the ghosts who are all in different cells. And we can see several of them here. Mm-hmm. We see the torn prince, which is the kid with the bat. We see the dire mother and the great child, who are terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis runs into the office. He didn't know that these ghosts were here. He runs into the office where Arthur and the lawyer are and confesses, like, look, okay, I'm not an electrician or whatever he was pretending to be.
Okay, but he also, can I also say, like, when we see the like, when he's keeled over and, like, we're seeing the ghosts, it goes, like, slow motion.
Yeah.
And again, it's so 2000s to me.
It does there's a lot of slow-mo in the early 2000s.
Yeah, like we really want you to feel what Dennis is feeling.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway.
He does confess that he used to hunt ghosts with Cyrus.
Yes.
And Arthur's like, goats? I don't know why I thought that was so funny.
I died. I was and the best is Rapkin's cell. He's like, ghost.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you people?
Yeah.
Like, he's the best.
Yes. He reminded me so much of his character in Scream here.
Very anxious.
Yeah.
He has so much anxious energy.
Yeah. And just like, no, listen to me.
Yeah.
Like that type of energy.
Yeah.
So Arthur, of course, thinks he's not telling the truth.
Yeah.
And the lawyer is telling Arthur, like, yeah, these crazy people, they come out of the woodwork whenever someone is inheriting money, which I'm sure that part is true. Meanwhile, Maggie is off with Bobby and Kathy is in another room by herself. This is where she finds what she wants to be her bedroom.
And this is like this room. Picture this. Okay. It's this glass house, right? Glass walls. But then you walk into like an old Victorian style room.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful bed, beautiful vanity. The bathroom is gorgeous. There's a big tub. There's like little perfumes on the
Like fully stocked already.
It's beautiful. It really, that would be my room for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But like I'd be hanging some drapes.
You know, that's a good point. You can just
Right?
put curtains up if you want. Just tape a sheet to the walls if you have to.
It's hot.
Whatever you got to do.
Company's coming over and you're like, just ignore the tape.
Just don't mind my sheets. Don't mind my wall sheets.
No, but I would want to at least have some curtains in there,
Yeah.
you know?
Because you got to get changed. What about going to the bathroom?
What about other things? You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I'm thinking like they're kids. So
Oh, yeah,
I'm
that's
just thinking
true.
like even on the most innocent of levels, like
yeah.
getting
For
changed.
me, it's just privacy.
Yes.
Like I need my privacy at all times.
that too. Imagine you're mad at your dad. You run to your bedroom, slam the door, and he can still
he can see you and you're like going like this, like, you know?
Fuck you. He's like, the walls are glass.
I can see you giving me the finger.
And you're grounded.
Yeah. So Kathy goes into her bathroom, which is
Mhm.
attached to her bedroom. And to be
Right.
honest, it is very nice. It's not my vibe, but it's nicer than that tiny ass apartment.
Yeah.
Rapkin is like on the floor drooling. And
Mhm.
Arthur, I think you really see how good of a person Arthur is because he actually does seem to care that Rapkin is like catatonic on
Oh,
the
yeah.
floor. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So Rapkin notices that the lawyer's missing, right?
Mhm.
And then we see him, the lawyer, walking around wearing the glasses. At the same time, we see that Bobby is wearing the glasses and he takes off from Maggie.
Right.
Maggie doesn't notice, right?
Yep.
The lawyer goes down into the basement and he starts walking by the cubes holding the ghosts and he starts mocking them. And we see Billy, who is the firstborn son.
Mhm.
We see the torn prince. And then we see the angry princess. And when he passes her, he says, "Hello, tits."
Which, I mean, her tits are out.
But like, oh my God, what an asshole.
Well, to me, I'm thinking, oh shit, he is aware of what's going on. He's not
Yes.
scared at all.
Absolutely. And he knows that they're trapped in the cubes, right?
Yeah.
He keeps walking and he finds another gear room.
Mhm.
And he begins filling his bag with money.
Yeah.
And he's doing so as this house is now going into lockdown.
Yes, the gears are moving and he is just taking his stash and trying to dip, okay?
And Rathkin is pleading with Arthur that they need to get out of the house.
Mhm.
And Arthur actually agrees with him at this point.
Yeah.
They're like, we got to get the kids.
Yeah, we see from the outside that the glass is starting to be covered with metal.
Oh, it's getting locked down.
Yeah. The lawyer does seem a little confused by this as he's walking through the hallway in the basement, so I don't think he realized this part was going to happen, especially because then the ghost cells start opening,
Oh boy.
which he could not have been aware of.
No. First we see the angry princess.
Yeah.
And the lawyer tells her he was only kidding before as she comes at him with the knife.
Yeah, she has a big butcher knife. And she is, so the angry princess is butt ass naked.
Mhm.
She has scars all over her body. Her hair looks wet. Her eyes look completely black.
Yeah. Yep,
Terrifying.
exactly. And he backs up and a glass door closes and slices his body completely in half.
This was the craziest kill possibly in this whole movie. It is wild.
Dude,
Like,
insane.
have you ever heard of or seen like the body exhibit? I forget what it's called. Maybe it's just called Bodies.
At the museum?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where they do that sectional of organs or humans where you can see, is it bisected? Is that what it's called?
Oh, I don't know.
But he's cut in half. I don't even know how to describe it. I want to say the long way.
Yeah.
But where his face is still intact. It's just through his head. And his front half slides down the glass and the back half stays there and you can see through it. It's so crazy.
It reminded me of Rosemary referring to her body as a meat suit.
A meat suit.
It's
Yeah.
very meat suit coated.
It's a lot of meat.
Yeah. Ew.
Sorry.
Oh, God.
That I can't get over that kill.
He looks shocked too as his like face and body is like sliding down the glass. He looks like surprised.
Yeah, I will also say this is probably the main thing I remembered from watching this as a kid.
I mean, it makes sense because it's pretty gnarly.
Like, how do you forget?
So Arthur can't find Kathy, Bobby, or Maggie.
Mm-hmm.
And Rafkin is actually helping him look for the kids and Maggie. And I changed my opinion of him here. I said, okay, so he's not a fully like terrible person,
Mhm.
right? I think he's just doing what he has to do for money, which is terrible. But
Yeah.
anyways, Kathy's still in the bathroom.
Yes, this is the other part that I remember from when I was a kid. These two scenes are burned in my brain.
So we can see through the glass lenses,
Yeah.
like the glasses, that the bathroom that she's in is actually covered in like blood.
Yeah, I really like the shot they did. So the glasses are sitting on the counter and we see the camera like zoom through them, showing that, okay, now we're seeing what it actually looks like through the glasses.
The bathtub is filled with blood.
Mm-hmm.
It's a gnarly crime scene
Yeah, blood everywhere. Kathy is looking at herself in the mirror.
for like a really long time.
She's playing with her hair for a really long time. And the princess is behind her doing the same to her own hair.
Mhm.
And we'll learn that the princess's backstory, they called her very vain. So it kind of plays into that.
Mhm.
And we can see the shower curtain move. Then Kathy goes to open it. And we see the princess is now sitting in the bathtub full of blood.
Right. Kathy can't see her, but she's
Right.
there.
Yeah, and we keep cutting back and forth between what Kathy sees, which is a clean and pristine empty room, and what it actually looks like to the angry princess, which I thought was really cool.
It also says "I'm sorry" on the walls.
It says, I'm sorry on the floor too. Yeah, in blood.
Yeah, and blood. Mm-hmm.
And so, Kathy is just, it's so funny to me too because she looks so excited to like turn on the bathtub.
Yeah, I know.
Which I was like, okay, I do love a bath. I know you're not about that life. I do love a nice, hot Epsom salt bath.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just thought it was so funny that she's like, ooh, bathtub, like wants to turn it on.
Yeah. And the princess is looking at her like confused.
Yeah.
Like,
while she's laying in the bathtub and Kathy doesn't know she's there.
Yeah. It didn't even look like she looked mad. She just looked confused.
She does have a really mean resting bitch face.
She does. For sure she does. But she had, I don't know, the look on her face to me looked like she was looking at her like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, this is my bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in the bathtub. It's not your bath time. So Arthur's pissed because the kids are missing.
Mm-hmm.
Maggie has lost Bobby. And Bobby's scooting around and he's wearing his glasses. And he hears a voice call to him from the basement.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks it's Maggie, although I have no idea why he would think that because it doesn't sound like Maggie.
No.
The voice is like giggling and tells him to come down. And we see a flash of a ghost and then another voice telling him not to go downstairs.
Yeah, we see a flash of the bound woman who is like the prom queen. And we don't see who the other voice is from yet.
No, exactly.
So Arthur realizes that they can't get out of the house and that he also cannot break the windows. And Dennis is sitting there and he's like, look, you're wasting your time. Like, this house is sealed up.
Yep.
He also tells them this is ectobar glass. So
Yeah.
whatever that is. So Bobby can't hear them yelling for him.
Yeah, so I guess it's like soundproof, right?
Yeah. He also starts explaining the etchings on the walls.
Mm-hmm.
And he says that these are spells that keep the ghosts from behind unable to cross them.
Yep.
So back with Bobby, now Bobby sees the bound woman and he runs. He books it. He runs into the torso. I think the torso might be one of the scarier ones to me. I think just because it is a moving torso.
Yeah, it's creepy for sure.
It freaks me out.
Yeah, I think the jackal is the scariest one.
The jackal is really scary. I think we could talk about it in the
Yeah.
extended. We can rank them in the extended.
For sure.
Okay, so then when Bobby goes to run, he runs right into one of the glass walls. It is like a fun house.
Yeah, for sure.
And his glasses fall off, so now he
I
can't
hate
see the
those
ghost.
fucking houses.
Me too.
Like the mirror houses. I love a good old school haunted house, but those like mirror fun houses, not for me, man.
Mm-hmm. No, any type of maze, I'm not a huge fan of.
No, I mean if there's a chainsaw involved, I'm down.
Not in a maze though. I need a clear path I can run.
Yeah.
I will say in haunted houses, the leaf blower really annoys me. When they're just following you with it and it's so loud.
Oh, it's so stupid.
I think I have sensory like sensitivities.
I do, for sure. I
So,
absolutely do.
That loud ass noise in my ear, I'm just not about that life.
No, I don't love it, but we really should go to a haunted house.
I do love haunted houses though.
I don't know why we never go to Niagara Falls. There's haunted houses right across the border in Niagara Falls.
Oh yeah, like year round, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Okay.
So
any hoogly boos?
So Arthur is telling Dennis to stop with all the haunted house shit. He's not having it, and he goes to head downstairs. Dennis is like, did I say there was a petting zoo downstairs? Which is so funny to me.
I love Matthew Lillard so much.
Yeah.
He's great. Yeah.
But Arthur is like, look, I'll pay you whatever Cyrus owed you. Just help me find my son.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dennis is like, unbelievable. All right. Like, okay.
I mean,
now
I think it's proven that this guy will do pretty well anything for some cash. You know?
So downstairs, Bobby wakes up from being knocked unconscious and hears a voice telling him to get out of the basement.
Yep.
He can hear other noises too, so he puts the glasses on. Now he sees his mom half burned in a hospital gown with like the IV on the wheels.
Yeah.
How traumatizing. This kid's already traumatized.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So his mother, Jean, is one of the ghosts, and that is the voice trying to tell him to get out of the basement.
So he backs up. Bobby backs up and he backs into another cube and we see Cyrus.
And Cyrus like slams on the glass, right?
Yes, he drops the glasses and he takes off. The
Yes.
group hears the scream, which I'm confused by because I thought they said that they couldn't hear anything, but doesn't matter. Arthur suggests splitting up to cover more ground. Why?
So
Why?
cliche.
Never.
Yeah.
Listen, AK, if we're ever in this situation, girl,
No.
we are together.
First of all, we're not getting in this situation because we would be like, I'm not going in that fucking house.
No, that is so true. I can't remember who I was talking to about this, but I was just talking to someone about how, like, every time I watch a horror movie, I'm always like I would never be in that situation.
Yeah.
You know?
But if we were, we would
Be
not
together.
split up.
We're never splitting up.
Though I do love that Dennis says, I don't think we should split up. It's so funny considering his character in Scream, who was also very opposed to splitting up. So yeah, Arthur wants to go with Kathy and Maggie with Dennis.
Yes, and Maggie does not want to go with Dennis at all.
No, he's the stranger here.
Yeah.
But also, I totally understand why Arthur was like, yeah, you're not going with my daughter.
No, for sure. Maggie's asking like lots of questions about the ghost because she can't see anything, right? She doesn't have the glasses on.
Right.
So the doors are all open.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, Dennis is very worried about this.
Yeah.
And he gets startled by the hammer.
Okay, the hammer might be one of the scariest ones too.
He's terrifying. He's this big, jacked up dude with like nails
All through his body.
He's
also missing a hand.
He's missing a hand. He's like 7 feet tall. And Dennis goes, oh, I hate when they do that.
Yeah, like they love to jump scare you, and they jump scares Maggie too.
He goes, they wait until you're close against the wall, and then they're all like, boo.
Yeah. So Maggie then does put on the glasses, and she sees the hammer for herself.
Yes.
I feel like she should have been a little more scared than she was.
Well, it was interesting because she was watching the hammer watch Dennis. The hammer wasn't even looking at her.
Right.
He had all eyes on Dennis because
Yeah.
Dennis is the one that caught him. Right? Like at least he helped catch him.
Right. That's very true. And she's looking at him while Dennis explains that, not all of the ghosts want to hurt people, but some of them have tortured souls and violence is all they know.
Absolutely. And as he's kind of like talking about this, he sees his own death.
Yeah.
He has a vision of his own death. Doesn't say anything, but he has a vision of his own death.
Terrifying.
Arthur and Kathy kind of argue about the ghosts being real, which like, I know that they have to touch on this and like, you have to have the conversation, but like, they're real. Okay, guys?
Arthur's refusal to believe that they're real, especially after what he sees in a minute, did annoy me a little bit. It's the juggernaut that Dennis sees, right? Like the death scene. He sees the juggernaut, and then he sees the actual juggernaut ghost chilling there, and he flips him off when he's leaving the room.
He does, but he also sees the hammer too.
Yeah.
Because they tag team him, right?
For sure. They're a tag team. The Juggernaut and the Hammer.
Whoa. Hey, not bad.
Honestly, they would make a great tag team. And they're both huge.
They're both big, yeah. So Kathy puts on the glasses and she sees the jackal dude.
The fucking jackal.
The jackal is like, it's a lady, I would say, right? Is it a girl?
It's a guy.
Oh, it's a guy?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He's got like a thing on his head that kind of like restrains him from, I would imagine, like biting people. It almost looks like a vice.
Yes. Yep. He has like a cage around his head.
Yeah,
basically.
cage. That's the word.
And he also, I think, is wearing at least remnants of a straitjacket. Because we'll get more deep into the story, but basically he like chewed his way through his straitjacket, so they put a cage on his head instead.
Right. And he attacks Kathy.
Yes.
He's hanging on to her. He's slashing at her. And right then, Kalina shows up with the flare.
Yes. And so Shannon Elizabeth has an interview on the Blu-ray, the special edition.
Yeah.
And she talks about how for this scene, when she was getting dragged across the floor for the jackal attack, they weren't able to stop themselves. And basically like the cameraman and everything came tumbling on top of her.
Oh,
but
wow.
she was okay.
Oh my gosh.
Because she gets dragged across the floor and then up the wall by the jackal, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's so crazy. Oh, I love that tidbit.
I'm glad she didn't get hurt because that could have went wrong, especially with multiple people falling on top of you.
Yeah, and cameras are heavy, man.
Yeah. So Arthur is watching this. Okay, he sees what happens. And Dennis is telling Maggie around the same time when we're witnessing this happen that the jackal is basically the Charles Manson of the ghosts of all of them.
Yep, exactly.
And that if the jackal gets out, forget the kid, we got to get out of here.
Yep, very dangerous.
And well, now he's out and he's attacking Kathy. So
yeah, exactly. He also tells her not to speak or move because they are behind enemy lines.
Oh yeah, that's so terrifying.
It's so scary. They actually end up running into the firstborn son. And they're like running and it's chaotic. Okay. Like we're cutting kind of around because the movie cuts a lot, but they're running. And I just like, again, I really love the dynamic between them. And I wish there was like even more of it.
Yes.
They have great chemistry.
Yeah. Yeah, Dennis yells for Maggie to look out behind her because the angry princess is approaching her. And he's able to tell her because she's like, I can't see without the glasses. And he's like, well, I can.
Yep.
And I think you should go this way. And she's able to move out of the way right before she gets stabbed.
Yep.
Terrifying. Also, in the meantime, Arthur and Kathy find Bobby's little tape recorder. And when they play it, it's just Bobby screaming. I'm like, oh my gosh. Also, whatever. I'm not going to think about the logistics. It was terrifying.
No, for sure, for sure. So Arthur and Kalina, they get Kathy away from the fucking jackal, right?
Yep.
A glass door slams with the barrier spell, locking the jackal out.
Yes.
Thank God. And Kalina, we find out, is in the spirit reclamation business.
Yeah.
She frees trapped souls.
Yes. So she is there to set all the souls of Cyrus's victims free.
Yes.
That explains why she was there in the beginning of the movie. She's basically like a ghost activist.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
yes. At least that's what she presents herself to be.
Correct.
Arthur then finally puts the glasses on and he sees the jackal.
Right. This is where he sees the jackal.
He sees the jackal.
And once again, I don't believe he reacts the way he should be reacting to what he's seeing, but maybe he's just in shock.
Yeah, I would say shock probably.
Sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so now Kalina explains the lore of this book.
Okay, if it was me and I put those glasses on and I saw those ghosts, I immediately would be like, okay, if I can see these ghosts, there's a chance that I'd be able to see my wife again. Like, that's immediately what I would start thinking if I was Arthur.
Yeah.
Like, I would be like, oh my God, ghosts are real. That means that my wife is probably somewhere. Maybe I could see my wife. Like, that's what I would be thinking.
Yeah, maybe not think that she's in that house, but
Right, but at least that like realization of like, oh, there is an afterlife.
Yeah.
Imagine the magnitude of realistically finding that out. We see it in horror movies and it's kind of like whatever, but in real life, if that was really you discovering that, I mean, your mind would be like, blown.
Right. I mean, in that situation, sure, terrifying. Maybe you can't think that clearly.
Yeah.
But also once you're able to settle, being like, wait a minute, what does this mean for like
imagine processing that.
Right.
Oh, everyone's gonna need therapy.
So the lore of this book, it is the Arcanum. And this is an ancient book that details the Black Zodiac.
Oh yeah, didn't like tons of people die trying to get this book?
Yes, and the 13 ghosts that are needed to power the Basilius machine, I believe is what they were calling it. So this book, which was written under demonic influence, also contains spells for capturing and binding these spirits. And Kalina explains that this machine is built to open the eye of hell.
Oh boy.
And it requires these 13 ghosts, and they each represent a specific sign of the Black Zodiac as fuel.
Cyrus basically built this big ass house clock machine gimmick.
Yes.
For this ceremony.
And Arthur is basically like, I don't give a fuck about any of this. All I care about is getting my family the hell out of here, which I do respect.
I totally get it. And I want to say Kalina basically states that this was like designed by the devil himself.
Yeah, under demonic influence, right? And so they're being approached now by the firstborn son, and Kathy is also missing. So they run.
Right.
Dennis and Maggie start accidentally becoming separated as these glass walls start moving. And then Dennis throws the glasses to Maggie, so saying that she'll need them.
Yeah, because I think Dennis can sense them without having to see them.
Yeah, if they're within 10 feet of him, he can sense them. That's why he keels over in pain.
Whereas Maggie can't see anything. And again, I think it shows that Dennis is not a terrible person.
Yeah, he needs money.
He makes poor decisions, but he obviously doesn't want anyone else getting hurt.
Yes, he seems to be good at his core.
Yeah.
So Kalina is now telling Arthur to get away from the glass. And he's like, why? Okay, this is the part that annoyed me, really.
Okay.
His reaction. You just saw the jackal. You just saw that ghosts are real. What do you mean, why?
Yeah, right.
What do you mean, why?
Yeah, right.
I know that was a very big trope, especially in the early 2000s,
Huge.
90s.
Yeah.
But it drives me nuts. Like, you just saw your daughter get dragged up a wall. Don't ask why, just listen.
Yeah.
So the hammer is right behind him, stalking him behind the glass. And so we also see now that Dennis starts getting his ass beat by the torn prince with the bat.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Maggie puts on the glasses to see what's happening and is trying to help him.
Like she's trying to like tell him like, oh, she's trying to like tell him how to like move and stuff.
Right. She like directs him and he gets away.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Dennis starts getting those sharp pains again. So they're continuing to walk, right? At the end of the hall, we get a good look at the dire mother and the great child.
Oh, they're gross, dude.
So the dire mother is very, very tiny. I want to say she was like 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
The great child is huge. So different dynamic there. They were part of the circus. They were horribly bullied by the other circus people.
So sad.
Yeah, there's a long story actually about them that we will get into later.
Okay.
So Dennis and Maggie see them and they start backing up slowly and then they just start booking it. Kalina pops out and she jump scares them. And Dennis is immediately like, what the hell are you doing here? You know, he recognizes her.
Yep.
At the same time, the Hammer's door opens and he is loose.
Oh boy, he's big.
He is huge.
And he's pissed.
Yeah. Arthur is trying to climb up where Kalina just went through. They're like going up through the ceiling basically.
Yep.
And the Hammer is getting closer and closer to him. Arthur finally makes it up right through the opening before he gets got, basically. Now, Arthur, Dennis, Kalina, and Maggie are looking for Kathy and Bobby. The children are missing.
Yep.
And Dennis is like, how do you lose a family in a glass house? Which I wrote, good point. Then Dennis starts hurting again. And right behind Arthur appears the Jackal, who starts slashing him up.
Yep.
And so Dennis gets the flare from Kalina to save Arthur. And they end up escaping as they're chased by the Pilgrimess. So we're just seeing a bunch of the different ghosts here and what they look like. The Pilgrimess, she's like in the stocks, like old-timey stocks, like you would for someone who's accused of being a witch, which she was. I know, it's really sad. She looks very withered up.
Yeah.
I feel bad for her.
She looks like she's had a life.
Yeah, she really has. And it's still not confirmed whether or not she was a witch. So she
probably not.
She is a ghost though. Yeah, probably not. But she is a ghost.
She's just a woman.
Literally. So now that they're to safety, Kalina and Dennis start bickering. And Kalina's blaming Dennis. You sold all these souls for money. And if he didn't catch them, then we wouldn't be running from them right now. Right? Dennis, he says something like, in case you haven't noticed, I'm kind of a freak. And he starts explaining what I mentioned earlier about how he can sense the ghosts. He has seizures actually.
That's why he takes the meds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also just the pain I think he feels.
Oh, yeah.
So within 10 feet of the ghost, he has seizures. And then when he touches people, he sees a whole life full of shit, is what he says.
Imagine, like, dude, that would really fuck you up.
It'd be a blessing and a curse.
I mean, imagine experiencing another person's pain. Like, you try to get close to somebody and you touch them and all of a sudden you can see everything that they've ever felt.
Yeah.
Oh, that would definitely make you go cray cray.
Yeah. Just like how we're not supposed to imagine if you could walk down the street and hear everyone's thoughts.
No, I would never want to.
Yeah,
I don't want to know what you think.
No, and that's also why social media is horrible because it feels like that. But
Agreed.
anyway.
Yep.
So Kalina is like, oh, Arthur doesn't know about the fourth ghost, which is Jean. And so they explain this to him, and now Arthur is pissed too, naturally.
Yep.
He finds out that his wife is trapped here. And now he's like, yeah, Dennis, this is all your fault.
Yep.
So,
which I get. I understand that.
Yeah.
Dennis should not have been involved in that.
No. And so Kalina starts explaining the Arcanum to them again, the book, and she starts listing all of the ghosts here. And she lists their names. She doesn't tell the backstories, but she lists their names, and then we get to see each one of them.
Yes.
Which, as a kid, I thought was so cool. And
I still think it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah. And like, even now when I was watching it, like, you come for the ghosts. You know what I mean?
It's called 13 Ghosts.
Exactly. I want to see all the ghosts. I want to know their backstories. I will say some of their backstories I was a little disappointed in, but I think it's also because I just had a different idea in my mind for all these years.
For all of them? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to just quickly list off just the names of all the ghosts in order?
Yep.
Okay, so we have the firstborn son, aka Billy Michaels.
And that's the one who was obsessed with cowboys, right?
Yep. Exactly. We have the torso, poor guy, Jimmy the Gambler Gambino.
Self-explanatory. He looks like a torso.
Yep. The bound woman, she was a cheerleader named Susan LeGroy. Yeah, LeGros.
I think it's LeGros. Yep. And her story is really tragic.
Super, super sad. We'll get into it in the extended.
Yeah.
The withered lover, Jean Cretius. Oh yeah, because that's the right. Okay.
The wife.
The torn prince. He's the ghost of Royce Clayton
with the bat. He's the guy with the bat.
He's the guy with the bat. Yep. And then we've got the Juggernaut.
We already talked about him.
We talked about the Juggernaut. What is the the Angry Princess?
Yes.
The Pilgrimess.
Mm-hmm.
The Great Child and the Dire Mother.
Mm-hmm.
We've also got the Jackal.
Of course.
Ooh. And the Hammer.
Last but not least, the Hammer.
That's a lineup, man.
Yeah.
That's a pro wrestling show.
It really is.
Like, that is a battle royal, man.
It really is.
Can you imagine them all in the Royal Rumble?
Oh my gosh. And now entering
The hammer.
the jackal.
The juggernaut is on his way down to the ring.
Especially the torso. What was his name? Like Jimmy something.
Jimmy the Gambler Gambino.
The Gambler Gambino.
That is a pro wrestling name.
That is an 80s wrestler if I've ever heard one.
1000% yes. Oh my God. Okay.
Okay, so all the spirits open the ocularis, and that is Latin for the eye of hell.
Mm.
And Kalina explains that the man who controls the ocularis will be the most powerful of all. Kalina also explains that the house needs only 12 ghosts for this to work. Only 12. And Dennis is like, no, Cyrus said something about a 13th ghost. And Kalina says, oh, no, that's just a failsafe. And the only way to stop the house is with the 13th ghost, which would have to be from an act of love.
Yes.
Like self-sacrifice, basically.
Self-sacrifice, baby. No good.
And so she straight up tells Arthur that it would have to be a willing, living participant and that he could sacrifice his life for the life of his children.
That is a huge ask.
That's just a little, I know it's your children. I'm not saying that like parents wouldn't do that, but like it's also, it felt like it went from 0 to 100.
That's what I mean. Like that's huge. Like what? Like, pardon, I'm sorry. Is there could we take another route? Like, is there any other way we could do this?
Yeah. I'm also a little confused because she's saying like, no, the 13th ghost is just a failsafe. But then why are you so pressed to get Arthur to sacrifice himself?
1,000,000% yes.
So
sus.
Okay. So Arthur and Dennis want to go out again and look for the kids. Like, I understand why Arthur is like, no, I don't care. I'm finding my children, right?
For sure, yeah.
And so they literally take one of the giant window panes with Latin written all over it with them as a shield.
As a shield, it's smart.
It is, but it also is so huge. I'm like physically, how are you going to do this?
And also, what about from behind? Like, you're safe in the front, but what about in the back?
Right. So the way they're carrying it, it's like how you see in a movie where like construction workers will be carrying it on the side, like someone's about to run through it.
Right.
So, I mean, we'll see how they use it. And I was like, oh, okay, I see. But yeah, it could have went really bad.
Like logistically, it was a choice. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, what are you at that point, what are you gonna do? You gotta think on your feet, right?
Yeah, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And so Maggie and Kalina find this gigantic gear mechanism in the room. Like it's so huge. It's a little like CGI gigantic gear machine going all crazy. That's what shut the whole house down earlier.
Yep.
And
it looks like
spinning.
a clock. It looks like the inside of a clock.
A clock, yeah. And it is spinning like crazy. Okay. Arthur and Dennis, while they're walking through the hallway, they end up getting attacked by the Torn Prince.
Yep.
With the bat. And their glass pane idea actually worked. They were able to put it in front of them. And now I was like, okay, they're wedged between a wall that is the glass.
Yep.
And using that as a shield. So in this case, it is working.
Yep.
In the gear room, Maggie is being approached by the ghost of Cyrus.
Oh boy.
Okay. And she's like, Kalina, get over here. Come over here, right? Because Maggie has these glasses on. Kalina gets this evil look on her face. Like, so, I know we keep saying so 2000s.
No, but it really was. It really was.
Because it's so, I don't want to say telegraph, but just the look on her face, like, I'm bad now, you know?
Like, actually, bitch.
Guess what? Swerve. And she clocks Maggie with the book.
And honestly, at this point, I thought Cyrus was a ghost.
Me too.
Like right up until like close to the end, like I just thought he was dead this whole time.
Yeah, we had no reason to think that he wasn't. I don't think.
Yeah.
At least not that I noticed. It looked like his throat was slashed.
Yeah, he looked
in
like
the beginning.
A ghost.
It looked like he was impaled.
Yeah.
When Bobby saw him slamming on the window, it looked like he was locked in a cell.
Yeah.
He was wearing the glasses. So yeah, I thought they did a good job with that.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me why. Like, Kalina hits Maggie with the book.
Mm-hmm.
Cyrus walks over to her, and she full on starts like kissing him.
I'm like, come on.
Like, and it's not like a little like, oh, it's good to see you.
No.
Like
it's like our plan finally worked. Like it's so over the top.
But then it goes straight to him being like, there's like something is missing from this book. Where is it, Kalina? Where are the spells? Where are they? And she's pleading with him like, are you mad? Please don't be mad at me.
Oh, go ahead.
That dynamic is so disturbing to me.
Yes.
Like that is like an abusive relationship or something.
Oh, times 1,000. He shoves her into a chair.
The way that she immediately is like, are you mad at me? Are you mad at me?
Yes.
I was like, okay, I'm not even that mad at Kalina because she's clearly damaged.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like she's clearly been abused or something.
That
was
shocked.
wild.
Yes, the whole thing was shocking to me. And like the way she kisses him and he immediately shoves her way into this chair.
It was so okay, I get it. She's the heel.
Yes.
But it was like I felt bad for her.
I don't know if I did feel bad for her, to be honest, only because I was like, wow, you went from like adamantly against Cyrus. I know she was trying to trick everyone, but to me, she seemed like a badass.
Because she appeared to be one.
And then all of a sudden, she's like, "Are you mad at me?" And I was like, "Whoa, this is a complete shift from her character."
I think Cyrus got into her head, man, and just stripped away at her, and like now she's just a shell of what she used to be. That's my logic on.
You know what? I could see that, and
that's the breakdown.
Maybe Cyrus is just the one that makes her feel that way. Like she can appear tough to everyone else, but to him, she's very docile.
100%.
Because I was like, whoa, this feels like a huge shift in character.
That's how I felt too. And I was like, this guy has put her through some shit. Yeah. 1,000,000%. Okay.
And he's going through the book and he's like, where is it? Where are all the spells? And this is where she's like, I did everything you wanted. Like, are you mad at me? Meanwhile, the Juggernaut.
Okay, can I just say, like straight up, I will never ask somebody if they're mad at me. And the reason why, if you're a grown up, I don't have to say to you, are you mad at me?
No, I would never ask if someone was mad at me because you should be able to
communicate that with me.
Exactly.
I'm feeling this sort of way.
Also,
whatever.
From Detroit, we just say, you good?
That's what I always say. I say, you good?
Yeah.
Everything good, man?
And that's just like overall.
Yeah.
Like an overall, that could be for many different things.
But like in a relationship.
Yeah.
The idea of being like, are you mad at me?
No, it would never come out that way.
It would never come out of my mouth, period.
Yeah.
Like there are other, like, I don't know. I think maybe it's just this specific type of situation where she's so.
It's infuriating to watch.
I think that's why I'm getting so like revved up. Not saying that I don't care if someone's mad at me. That's not the point I'm making. It's that Cyrus, this character, obviously has manipulated her so much to think that she has to ask him and check in with him and temperature check him all the time.
Ooh, temperature check.
Right? I know I really deep dive into these like moments in movies, but it just really upset me.
That is what they're showing here. They're definitely showing that dynamic. For sure.
And I mean, she's still a piece of shit and I want her gone, but like, you know.
It's still frustrating to watch someone like that.
That's it. It's frustrating to watch. Yeah. Okay.
Anyways. And so meanwhile, the Juggernaut has been let out and it auto-corrected my notes from the Hammer to the Gammer.
Oh, the Gammer.
What the fuck is a Gammer?
It's his cousin.
Maybe is that how you spell gamer? No. Anyway, his cousin, the Gammer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anyway, Juggernaut and the Hammer. And the Hammer is whooping Dennis's ass.
Oh, because Dennis comes out from behind the glass and he goes up, like he basically lets Arthur shield himself.
Right.
And he sneaks out and goes toe to toe with these ghosts.
Yeah, and Arthur is kind of like pinned between the glass and a wall.
Yeah, nothing he can do. And Dennis knows this is it for him because he's already seen his death.
He's seen it.
Yeah.
And the Juggernaut straight up gorilla presses Dennis.
Yo, he
folds him in half.
Like the craziest backbreaker I've ever seen.
I wrote a new kind of backbreaker.
Like for real.
It's on like a steel beam, like a vertical steel beam that he bends him around. It's so gross.
It reminded me of like, I'm sure you've probably given this to me before where you have somebody in like almost like a crossbody.
Yeah.
And then you ram them into the post.
Oh yeah.
That is but his whole back broke. So
I hope your body never bent like that.
Oh boy.
Because yikes.
Oh boy.
I also love that horror movies love incorporating a gorilla press.
They love incorporating wrestling moves.
Wrestling in general, but the gorilla press, it's just a great visual because you're holding someone up over your head and it just looks so powerful, right?
I mean, I've told you I will not take that. I will not. You can't. No, I don't give a fuck. I am not getting up there. I ain't posting. I ain't basing. I ain't going up that high. Fuck that. It's so scary. I've only done it once or twice. Nope.
Yeah, there are certain moves that are just very scary, especially once you're up there.
I feel like I would let you do it to me.
Maybe. I wouldn't break your back like that.
No, but you know what it is? It's like, what if you just trip and then I fall and I die?
So it's about trust.
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe I just don't trust anyone.
I mean, as you shouldn't.
No, true.
Besides me, of course.
I mean, obviously, AK. You can do whatever you want to me. No. Okay.
Okay, so Cyrus is telling Kalina, basically, go ahead and put the kids in danger. If that's what's going to lure Arthur out so that he'll sacrifice himself, go ahead.
And she does take a moment. Like, she does not want to do it.
She goes, what? And I wrote, oh, this is where you draw the line?
but she didn't draw the line at all, because then she just went, okay.
Yeah, all right, I'll do it.
You know what? I don't want to, but whatever.
There's something in there that she went, there's still a little bit of decency in there where she at least questioned it, but not enough decency to actually do anything about it.
To do it. Yeah.
So Cyrus starts playing this Latin out loud again. That's his shtick, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And the ghosts start being summoned away from Arthur, which is good for Arthur, including Jean, who gets one last moment with Arthur, and he tells her that he loves her so much.
He keeps saying, I miss you. And
it's heartbreaking.
It actually broke my heart in two.
That is a very touching scene.
Like that feeling of when you miss somebody more than anything, and then you, oh my God.
And if you this would be the equivalent in reality, as far as we're aware, of having a dream of someone and getting to talk to them in a dream, and then you wake up.
Dude.
Heartbreaking.
Oh my God. It's heart-wrenching. And he's so raw.
He's sobbing.
Oh God. It was really, really good. Really, really good scene.
And
loved it.
I'm scratching my eye. I'm not crying, but I really was scratching my eye ever watching the YouTube video. Anyway, Cyrus tells Kalina to fetch the book, and she's following behind him like a puppy.
Yeah.
And then the doors start closing and separating her from him, similar to how we saw Maggie get separated.
This is wild, dude.
Similar to how we saw Maggie get separated from Dennis, except the glass panes now are closing in around her, and they fucking squish her.
Dude, do you know that's one of my big fears?
Being squished between glass?
Being in a room that starts closing in. Yeah.
Oh.
It's a legitimate fear of mine.
You know what? That scared me a lot as a kid after watching Indiana Jones. Did you just have a whole memory come back to you?
Dude, that is the origin of it.
Is it?
Oh my God, dude. You just blew my mind. I was obsessed with Indiana Jones when I was a kid. I watched those movies over and over again. Holy shit. That is exactly where that came from.
Is it the one where she's reaching through the thing and she has bugs crawling all over her,
dude,
and he's about to get squished and he's about to die, and he's like, please pull the lever or whatever it is?
Yes.
I forget which one that is. But
Temple of Doom?
It might be. I wouldn't know even if you said it, because they all blur together to me.
Yeah.
But that scene traumatizes me to this day about bugs. It's not even about being squished. For me, it was the bugs. Stuck. The giant centipede that's crawling up her neck. Oh my gosh.
But dude, okay.
That was a horror in itself.
I freaking love those movies.
I do like those movies a lot, except for that part. It scared me and lives with me to this day. Okay, so anyway, Kalina gets squished. Terrifying. Okay. And you can just see her head it's very CGI. There's a lot of CGI in this movie.
It is, but it's smooshed.
It's smooshed. Yeah, it is smooshed.
It's a good
and also,
smoosh.
when I say it's CGI, I'm not shitting on it. It's just to explain to you how it looks, because, we put over practical effects so hard on this podcast. And also, it's interesting to note the change in the times.
For sure. This is very 2000.
And it's a newer technology. And especially for the time, from what I recall, it looked good. It just now in 2025 looks different than what we see in movies now. So it just keeps changing over the years.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And in the early 2000s, that was huge to use that computer generated technology.
For sure. Because it was newer too, right? And it's like cutting edge.
Right.
Yeah.
And also in the Blu-ray, they really go in depth on how they did a lot of these effects, which is really cool, including with the CGI. Like when they made the gigantic gear piece that's spinning around like crazy, they show how they do that. And it's a lot of work that's involved. So now Kathy and Bobby appear on a platform in the middle of this spinning gear mechanism, okay? And they are surrounded by all 12 ghosts. Also, Cyrus didn't give a fuck about Kalina getting squished. He definitely did that on purpose.
Yeah, he doesn't. Oh, no, I think he definitely just killed her.
He doesn't even turn around.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't even
care.
look.
No, the only thing Cyrus cares about is money and, I don't know. Power, yeah.
And so now, with the 12 ghosts surrounding his kids, Arthur starts counting them all, remembering what Kalina said.
Yeah, you can hear Kalina's voice, he's remembering.
Yeah, she's listing them, he's counting.
He takes his glasses off, and Cyrus is still standing in front of him. And this is where we find out that Cyrus never died. He is a full-on human being.
Yes, he faked his own death to lure Arthur to complete his plan. This was the plan all along.
Absolutely. Arthur is pissed, and he runs and just starts beating the shit out of Cyrus.
I know, I loved that.
Oh, I popped huge for that.
Also, I was wondering, why did Kalina lay all this out for them if she was in on it the whole time?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense at all.
Just that part,
Yeah.
about like, I'm going to tell you how to defeat him, but also I don't want you to defeat him because I'm in on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely like a plot hole, maybe.
Just a little bit. Just
yeah.
a little bit.
Just
It's
a
okay.
smidge. It's all right. We'll roll with it.
And so Arthur's whooping Cyrus's ass. Cyrus does turn it around on him,
Yeah.
and he ends up holding a knife to his throat, or like he opens his cane, like whatever you would call that.
Yeah, his cane. Yeah, his
pointy.
cane had that would be sweet, eh? If whenever I'm like, because obviously our body's going to break down. We're wrestlers. Like, I am totally going to have a cane like that.
One that's an actual, is it a knife or a sword?
I think it's a sword, man.
Maybe a sword.
I dig that. For real. I'm into it.
I love when things open into knives.
Me too.
I do have a letter opener that is, oh wait, is it a real knife? Maybe not. But letter openers can be like actual
Yeah.
stabbies.
I used to have a sword under my bed that I had for years and years and years. I don't know where it is. It was from World War II. I don't know where the fuck it went. I know.
Where did you acquire that?
My dad. He was a huge history buff.
Okay.
I had one from World War I and World War II.
He's like, here you go.
Well, when he died, I inherited all that shit.
That makes
but I don't
sense.
know where the fuck it is now.
Damn.
Isn't that terrible if I lost like some historic piece of history?
Oh my God.
Anyway, continuing.
Okay, so Cyrus is holding a sword, I guess, to Arthur's throat and explains to him how, like, I chose you and your pathetic family, yada yada. Explaining the whole plot.
Yeah,
basically.
of course. The big like villain reveal.
Yes, and then Maggie starts messing with the audio to distract Cyrus.
Hell yeah, Maggie.
And then the 12 ghosts, now that they're not being like hypnotized or whatever, they go grab Cyrus and throw him into the gears.
Dude, they like hold him. They hold him up in the air
Like a mosh pit. Or
Yeah,
crowd surf.
like a crowd surf. Yes, dude. Yes.
And they carry him over to the gears, throw him into it. It chops him up.
Like
and
just decimates him.
his body parts just go flying.
Mm-hmm.
And so here the ghost of Dennis appears.
Oh
and
my God, it's so fucking cringy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love him. I
Yeah.
stan. I do.
Well-
but he's like leaning against he's like, okay, hold on, let me set the stage. He's leaning against one of the walls and he's
Mhm.
got like a little like smirk on his face. Like he's there to be like, yeah, I'm a ghost.
He is like, yeah.
I'm looking over you guys.
Yeah. And he tells Arthur, it's not over yet. You can finish this.
Trust me.
You still have the power. It's all about how you use it. Go to your kids. They need you.
It's so like
I know.
It's so textbook like baby face. Like this is the baby face turn.
It is. Look, I love this movie and
I
I
like
will,
it
and
too.
I will defend this movie, but I do understand when people do find the ending like a little bit
like Hallmarky.
Hallmarky, a little bit maybe a little cheesy and a little bit of plot holes that we mentioned,
But I still like the ride.
But I still I enjoy the ride.
It's a fun ride. But like Dennis is just so like
Yeah, he's like, all right, see you out there, kid. Like that type of
yeah,
vibe.
dude, yes. Like, yeah, I died, but don't worry, guys. I'm still here. Looking out for you.
Yeah. So everything is starting to explode, and Arthur is staring at his kids on this platform, okay?
Yeah.
The gears are going crazy around his kids.
Yeah.
Like there's no way, there's no feasible way for them to really get out. And somehow Arthur times it perfectly to jump through these gears and land on the platform unscathed. So maybe that's what Dennis meant. Like, you still have this power. It's the power of love, I guess.
Yeah.
I think is maybe what they were going with.
Yeah.
He must have been a double Dutch champion
No,
because
for
the way he
real,
got through those
dude.
gears.
Fuck, I was never good at that as a kid.
I loved double Dutch. I haven't done it in so long.
I
love
love to skip, but I wasn't very good at double dutch.
Did you ever skip it? Did
Yeah.
you have that in Canada?
Oh, of course I had to skip it.
I loved the skip it. I remember the commercial.
Me too.
Skip it, skip it. I don't know if we're allowed to sing that. Don't sue us.
Yeah, please
so
don't.
I do want to get one. I wonder if they still make them.
You probably get off of eBay, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved timing, jumping in for the jump rope or double Dutch for that matter.
Yeah.
But I haven't done it in a long time.
No,
anyway,
it's been a while, yeah.
Arthur apparently great at it. And so the dust settles and all the ghosts start walking into the woods.
Well, also the house is exploding. We should mention that.
Yeah. Everything started exploding
Yeah.
like right before he jumps onto this platform. But now everything's really exploding.
And the ghosts they all are set free.
yeah,
And they take a stroll into the woods, man.
that was another part where I was like, okay,
Happily ever after.
all right.
They're free now.
They're
Although they're
free.
evil, so I don't know what's happening there.
Yeah, maybe they're only evil because they were being trapped and tormented.
But aren't some of them like I don't know.
Some of them have real fucked up backstories.
Yeah, so they're just gonna go terrorize the neighborhood now.
I don't know, because they go to the woods, but then you can see them start to kind of disappear. So let's just say they went to wherever they're going.
Their next haunting.
In the afterlife, maybe.
Oh, sure. Okay, let's go with that. That's
sure.
nicer.
So Arthur, Kathy, and Bobby are okay. And
Mhm.
Kathy says, how'd you know we'd be safe? And Arthur tells her, I didn't. I just wouldn't leave you guys. Or that I couldn't leave you guys. And I did think that was
Yeah.
very sweet.
They're like all huddled together, and then Dennis is watching from the wall again, and he's got this like cheesy smile on his face, and then he disappears.
I didn't even catch that part. I think I was typing.
Like he's leaning against the wall, just like,
And he's like,
yeah.
hmm.
And I think he's redeemed, and now he's probably going to heaven. That's
Oh,
the story I
good.
like to tell myself.
Yeah,
You
go
know?
to heaven, Dennis. And so Bobby sees his mother standing on the platform next to them.
And she's not burned anymore.
Yeah, she looks like her full human self when she was
Yeah.
alive.
Yeah.
And then you can hear her voice. Her mouth doesn't move, but you can hear her voice say, I love you guys.
I love you guys.
And then she disappears.
Oh God, this kid's gonna need so much therapy.
I know. Then we cut to Maggie going off. She's like, I did not sign up for this. This was not in the nanny description. I quit. And then the credits roll, and the credits roll on one of the actresses, Rod Digga, who played Maggie, one of her songs.
Oh,
yeah.
that's so cool.
And it's called Mirror Mirror.
Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Oh my God.
And that is 13 motherfucking Ghosts.
13 Ghosts. That was great.
I do love this movie. I love anytime there's a bunch of different monsters, ghosts, things like that.
Yeah.
I'm very interested. Similar to like when we covered Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
I loved, it was very similar in the sense that they were all in cells
In
too.
the cubes. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there were so many, you couldn't go through all of them,
Right.
but I wanted to.
Yeah. Didn't we say there was like 2,000 people
I don't remember.
or extra? It was something crazy like
I
that.
know I wanted to read them, and then when I actually look at the list, I was like, never mind.
Yeah, it was like a lot. Same with I remember there just being like hundreds of different creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I really enjoyed 13 Ghosts. It's a fun ride.
Yeah.
Don't go into it thinking you're going to watch some like horror movie masterpiece. It's just fun. It's good fun.
Yeah, and I would say it's one of those horror movies that's fun to watch. That's not like, especially if you're a horror buff, you're probably not going to be scared per se
No.
watching this movie.
No.
But it's still,
It's fun. I think it's a fun one to watch with your friends.
oh yeah,
You know?
yeah. And some of the effects were really, really cool, especially the prosthetics they put on some of the ghosts.
Matthew Lillard is in it, who is a gem.
Yeah.
It's great. I think it's fun. And it also really reminds me of late 90s, early 2000s. It reminds me of the House on Haunted Hill reboot. It reminds me of The Haunting. It's got that early 2000s vibe, which was when I was in high school. So it brings back a lot of memories for me. I just think it's a really fun movie.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Okay, can I also say, when I watched the OG, do you know Margaret Hamilton is in it?
Really?
Yes, dude. I was like, wait a freaking second.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, and she's a witch in it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like, it's so funny that they did that.
Yeah.
She's great in it too. She has a really great line in it where she says, "Ask me no questions and I'll tell you no lies."
That's from a song.
It's throughout history it's been used many times.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I loved it. Anyway.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And the original is more of like a whodunit.
Mhm.
It has a whodunit vibe to me as opposed to this one where it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on the Blu-ray, there are a bunch of bonuses. One of them is called 13 Ghosts Revealed, which I actually thought was going to be revealing all the ghosts, but it wasn't. It was more about like the special effects and things like that.
Okay.
There's an interview with Shannon Elizabeth. There's an interview with Matthew Harrison, who played Damon. And there's also the Ghost Files bonus that goes through the story of all of the ghosts.
That's a great Blu-ray.
It is a really great bonus feature. I really enjoyed it.
Hell yeah.
So I have some fun facts. Do you have fun facts?
I don't have many. I have a couple, but I want to hear yours.
I don't know why I said it like that.
No, tell me.
Yeah, I know I told you before we covered this. I was like, I got it. I'm like, I watched all the bonus features, girl. Okay, so the Angry Princess makeup, they believe took the longest to apply. It was like 4 to 5 hours to apply.
Whoa.
And I mean, it's scars applied across her whole body, as opposed to like some of the guys who are wearing foam bodysuits.
Yeah.
Like her applications had to be on her skin. The special effects guy, Howard Berger, he mentions that the hammer also took about 4 hours the first time. So the hammer has we mentioned a bunch of nails through his body.
Nails, yeah.
The first time took about 4 hours, but then they got it down to about 2.
Whoa.
which, I mean, that makes sense. Practice makes perfect, right?
Do you know that the original, like the actor that plays the hammer, Herbert Duncanson, wasn't originally hired as an actor for the film, but he was hired as a stand-in for reference and test shots. And when the original actor that cast for the role never showed up, he was given the role.
A no-show.
Mm-hmm.
I
He was
mean,
like he was like a last-minute replacement.
That
And
was lucky for him.
I know, right? Isn't that cool?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, for him, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about the no-show, but
Well,
things
yeah.
happen.
Mm-hmm.
So the contact lens technician, there was a contact lens technician for this movie, which to me, watching him put the contacts in the eyes was freaking me out.
Yeah.
And just the idea of somebody else putting that in my eye.
No,
freaks me
give it to
out.
me. I'll put it in myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was interesting too, because obviously this is very different and these are the pros. They know what they're doing, especially for the time.
Yeah.
But now, do you put contacts in before you do the makeup or you do it after?
I always put my contacts in first.
First, before, so you don't get makeup in your eye and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that was I don't know if that's a newer thing or if it was just because the makeup was taking so long, they didn't want like uncomfortable lenses to be in their eyes for so long.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But they do show him putting contacts in. I think it's the Pilgrimess, and it's after all her stuff is on.
Whoa.
But I hate wearing contacts.
Oh, really?
Especially like, yes, because, well, I don't wear contacts for vision, but whenever I have wore contacts, it's probably because I'm getting shitty ones. But for like cosplays or something, I just don't find them comfortable ever.
Because colored contacts like that, unless you get them from a doctor, like they're not going to be comfortable. Like mine obviously are prescription.
Yeah.
I want to get prescription colored though. I'm
Really?
going to see if I can. Yeah.
What color?
I think like a really intense green.
Okay.
Because my eyes are naturally green.
Yeah.
But I want them to be like an insane green.
I have seen something that makes them, for blue, I've seen that makes them a little more like bright, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, they're like a little thicker, right? And they're not made as well as ones made for vision.
For sure.
So I just find them uncomfortable. And I can only imagine, especially if you're wearing like I think they're called sclera lenses
Oh, okay.
that cover your entire eye.
Oh, those got to be uncomfortable. Yeah.
Horrible.
Mm-hmm. In the original script for the film, the plot was supposed to take place over the course of a few days, with a subplot that Kathy, which is the daughter, would fall in love with the lawyer, Benjamin Moss.
Mm-hmm.
But director Steve Beck didn't like some of those ideas and nixed them, which is interesting because that's what happens in the original.
Right. Yeah. I do think it was better that way.
Yeah.
So they also mentioned that the glass house was really tricky to shoot in. So this was an actual glass house, a glass set that they built.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah. And so the cast and crew had to wear dark colors and like hide basically. Because imagine you're shooting through glass, you're shooting across the entire room then.
Oh, this had to have been a hard shoot.
That it was very tricky to shoot. They also do go over the 3D visual effects or CGI, as we call it more frequently now.
Yeah.
They go in depth on how they made the outside of the house, some of the CG elements of the ghost, like the torso.
Yeah.
And how they had to green screen it, things like that. And it was really cool to see how they did that in the early 2000s.
Yeah, yeah.
So I highly recommend checking out the bonus features. I loved it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cool. All right. Well, we do have extra information about the movie, but we're going to save it for the extended episode. But I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed 13 Ghosts with us. At least I hope that you did.
Yeah.
I did. I liked it.
And if not, I hope we gave you a newfound appreciation for it.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for listening. You can follow us on our social media accounts at Chainsaw Girls Pod. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. We have an email, chainsawgirlspod@gmail.com. You can send us requests for movies you want us to cover. You just want to say hello. We also stream on YouTube every Monday at 12 o'clock. It goes live. It's a premiere. You can chat with other fans. You can chat with us. And you can actually see us doing the podcast.
Yeah, and our sweet ass setup that Laura has here.
Thanks.
We also have a Patreon. Thank you so much for all of your support. Whether you're listening, liking our posts on Instagram,
Oh my God, it helps so much.
Yeah. And
giving us a 5-star review. Whew.
Yes, thank you so much for that. And then also our top tier patrons get a shout out on every episode, which we're about to do right now.
Let's go.
So we have James C, Adam VL, Alexis T, Chris S, Adrian G, Millie C, Josh N, John W, Franchise Driller, Heather D, David T, Rob V, Jonathan W, John M, David G, Jolene, and Jeff S. Thank you so much for all of your support. Toby is staring at me like, what are you doing, girl? As you're dancing over there. Thank y'all. We love you so much.
Okay, bye.